The fourth step in the process is the application preparation stage. If you're applying for roles that require you to have certain skills, technical or non-technical skills, and most roles do require you to have some sort of skills, then it would be important for you to prepare an application that highlights these skills in the strongest way possible. Irrespective of the role that you are applying to, here are a few skills that are valued in the sector as a whole, and it would be good for you to highlight these in your application through your past activities. Apart from these, there are more specific skills that might be relevant to a particular job, or a particular role. For example, you might be required to have a certain proficiency in some skill, or a knowledge in particular in a specific domain, and these would have to be indicated through other means. There are three ways in which you could showcase your specific skills for the job. First is through your academic experiences, second is through your job experiences, and the third is through your personal projects. Your academic background is actually the safest marker to indicate that you have some sort of knowledge in the sector that you are applying to, if it is related. But increasingly, even job experiences are proving to be an effective substitute for formal education requirements. For example, if you are applying to an impact investing role and you have a degree in an unrelated subject like psychology, there is still a possibility that you might get an interview, as long as you are able to indicate some sort of relevant skills and experience through by having worked in the finance, business, or consulting space. The third way in which you can do that, which is not always might not always suffice for roles that require very specific backgrounds, but can work in some cases, is through your extracurricular activities or personal projects. For example, if a lawyer is interested in working in a nonprofit in uh, tech and design related roles, it might be helpful to have undertaken online courses related to these subjects, or it might also help to have a portfolio that indicates projects that that person has built over time, even in their leisure time if required, because that will show that they are able to contribute to the role in some way possible, even if they do not have the required background. Do remember that all three of these are not always required, but it is always a good practice to highlight any background that you think would be relevant for the role, because it indicates to the employers that you have the required skills to be able to contribute effectively to the position that they are looking to hire for. Another thing to keep in mind is that it is good to start out early, because depending upon when you start out, it might be possible for you to build the profile towards the role or organization that you eventually want to make a career in. This can be through extracurricular activities, volunteer experiences, first jobs, research projects, etc. Let's say, for example, you have volunteered in um, a school for children with underprivileged backgrounds and you have taught there for a year or so. That would count very positively when you're applying to a nonprofit that is working in the education space. Um, Additionally, the soft skills that you might have gained in communication and presentation will also be valued across a wide range of organizations and roles that you would be applying to. Similarly, if you are keen on undertaking a fundraising role in a nonprofit, it might be good to get some sort of experience and build successes in raising funds during your college days, either for college festivals or college societies, etc., because that can count as extremely relevant experience when you're applying for entry level jobs.